the aims at Madurai in Tamil Nadu. It was announced in 2018 with a proposed completion by 2022. The project remains in limbo with only excuses and shifting deadlines. The minister should take it into consideration. Excuse me, only the MOs is here, don't disturb them. What is, take care, please ma'am. So the government hospitals are not so easy. Anyone who has got an opportunity, please come and see the hospitals, the government hospitals in Tamil Nadu, the best ever. Nobody will go to a private hospital. Whereas at the same time, some aims have been announced to various other states and all have been completed, all have come to functional. That's why I say, don't look with a partisan eye the states. You have to look all the states as one. I have repeatedly told, we consider that we are a part of India and the union government has to consider the state of Tamil Nadu as a part of India. So southern states always stand first. That's why we are victimized. That's why we are penalized. For everything, we are not taken care of. We are not being ignored. We are being ignored. Today we are performing very well. We have never heard that an outstanding student is punished anywhere, sir, only in our country. This government is with a stepmotherly attitude and partiality looking into it. Sir, though health is not very explicitly in our constitution, but Article 21, which ensures, which is fundamental right.
Please take your seat.
Which is a fundamental right for personal life and liberty, was interpreted by the Supreme Court that it involves health also. So health becomes a fundamental right. And the health is a state subject. And as per the concurrent list, there are certain responsibilities with the union government also about the medical education, controlling the population and family planning and all other things. Sir, in this situation, the union government has a very important role to take care of the states also by way of funding and financing them. But in India, though health is a right, fundamental right, as per the Supreme Court's verdict, it is a privilege only to meant for those depending upon the geography and wealth. A quality health care to millions of people are not able to be accessed by way of need, only by way of where they live and how much they are affordable to pay. A government that seeks to this reality must invest in public health in both vision and commitment. But what actually the budget allocation for health in the union government, sir, the present government, it is only it has declined. It was 2.5% in 2017-18. Instead of going up, it has come down and now it is only 1.9%. How it is possible a country which has a population of 42 crore of people, in which 30,000 crore people are below poverty, they are poor people, and around 40 crore people are middle class. So considering those people, the government should have allocated more funds to the health, but it is not so. Compared to other countries, sir, the United States has allocated 9.7% of its GDP to public health. China spends 2.9%, and even Sri Lanka surpasses at 1.9%, but for India is only 1.4%. This is very sad. Even a small country, Sri Lanka, has surpassed us. So, what actually is in the mind when you are to take care of the people of their health? The budget allocation, when it is so less, and the saddest part is the amount allocated for research is only 3,900 crore. What the word who suggests or the standard which has been deputed is totally does not match with what we are handling. Sir, though the union government plays a significant role, it doesn't take all these things into consideration. Just 4.4% of the ministry's budget is spent towards health research. That is, you know how much, sir? 0.02% of our GDP. Actually, the WHO has suggested it should be at least 1%. Even the Standing Committee on Family and Health and Family Welfare has recommended that it should be 0.1% at least. But actually it is 0.02, whereas the other countries, United Kingdom spends 0.65% and United States is at 0.44%. Sir, this Standing Committee's recommendations are not taken into consideration. Research is very important as far as health is concerned. So the budget allocation is very much less. It's only less than 2%. And the research is much lesser than the GDP, that's 0.02%. Take, for example, the state governments. The Tamil Nadu state government has allocated 4.9% of its total expenditure towards health care. So it must be taken as a cue. The government health expenditure as a share of GDP in other countries. I am very sorry that when I am speaking in the parliament, it will go across the world. I am very sorry to depict my nation in such a sad situation, but the government has to take the responsibility. It's our responsibility to point out, compared to other countries. See, even Thailand is 3.6%, and Brazil is 4.3%. South Korea is 5.4%. But in our country, the government's expenditure towards health is so sad that we stand at only 1.4%. So they have to take into consideration that it is not a thing that should be overlooked just like that and say these things and impose upon. So the medical education is vested with the union government instead of controlling the population. See, for example, we are raising the issue of delimitation, that we may have a very bad consequence if the delimitation is done on the basis of population. Why, sir? In 1976, an amendment was brought in the Constitution that birth control will be implemented across the country uniformly, and then only delimitation can be done, and it was deferred to 25 years after. And even in 2001, when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, he also deferred it to 25 years since the population has not come to a level. The same situation prevails now also. In 2001, the population was 100 crore, and in 2011 it became 120 crore. And now it is 142, whereas the southern states have controlled the population, whereas the northern states have gone. So the government should have concentrated that uniformly the population should have been controlled and family planning should also have been implemented. But not so. Whereas it comes into the medical education, they bring an examination NEET, which is common to all across the country. Sir, one size fits to all will not suit to education. Every state has, see, Tamil Nadu has got 79 medical colleges, the highest in the state, in the country. We give a very good education, everyone is appreciating, that all apart. You introduce NEET, which doesn't suit to one part of the country. See, a student who studies up to 12th standard, night and day, and scores very high marks, it is thrown to dustbin, and they conduct an examination for 3 hours, which is maybe totally new, but now they are being compelled to go through that examination or a crash course, spending a lot of money going to private institutions, and then only they can appear in NEET and pass. So this NEET examination, it must suit to the states, and so with the par with the state government, we have passed a legislation in the state government. Even after the consent of the governor, it is lying with the union government. You have to take into consideration. A state has got its own right. Health is a right of the state as per constitution. But since the medical education comes under the concurrent list with the union government, instead of concentrating on controlling the population and implementing family control, considering the future of this nation, you are bringing in the education and compelling all other states to go and accept only NEET examination, which has bothered the students so much across. Sir, these are all not just, and now that the finance minister has announced the budget, 10,000 medical seats will be increased. That will be done only by the state governments. Only the aims is with the union government. all the state governments have to increase the medical seats without giving them enough supply, without giving them any facility which they need. How can you expect to increase? So I have to run fast. And sir, the WHO standard, it says that it's very very important. The patient-doctor population, it must be 1:1,000. That is what the WHO recommends. Let me tell what is the situation in India. It is 1:1,272 average. But state-wise I'll go. Uttar Pradesh is 3,767 per doctor. Jharkhand is 8,180 per doctor. Haryana 6,037. Chhattisgarh 4,338. And I'll not rush up. I'll rush up with everything considering the time. Kerala is 535 per doctor. And Tamil Nadu stands number 1, 253 per doctor. Sir, why? How it is possible? See, when one part of the country, when 4,000 persons are depending upon one doctor, you are not increasing the health workers. They are not being taken care of as they should have been. But actually it is not so. And another very important thing is the non-communicable diseases. Because of the non-communicable diseases, what is happening is, non-communicable diseases are like diabetes, cancer, and pulmonary diseases and all other things. Because of that, probability that a 30-year-old dies before the age of 70 due to this NCD, that is non-communicable diseases. In Japan, it's only 8%. Out of the total deaths, the deaths because of NCD is 8%. UK is 11%. USA 14%. Brazil 15%, China 16%, Bangladesh 18%, Vietnam 20%, Malaysia 22%, India 24%. Again, I feel sad and sorry to say all these things. The non-communicable diseases are not brought under control. Whereas Tamil Nadu, what it has done is, I will rush up with bullet points. Tamil Nadu diabetic foot care policy, because it is one of the non-communicable diseases. And mental care wellness. In India, it is 0.07 per 1 lakh population, the psychiatrists are there. They are not taken care of. It's a very important. Mental health and wellness is very much important. Whereas in Tamil Nadu, we have got Natpudan Ungalodu Mananala Sevai. So we are taking care of those who are mentally ill. And Punnagai scheme, that is about smiling. Punnagai means smiling. Aims to ensure the dental health of students by providing dental treatment and creating awareness about one disease. And anemic is spreading to the alarming level in India with pregnant women and children. So what has been done towards that? The Tamil Nadu government across India, it started from Tamil Nadu and now implemented all over the nation the midday meal scheme. But only in Tamil Nadu, we give breakfast also to students of primary school because they should not suffer from anemia. And this is being followed by other states like Kerala also.
Yes, sir.
Kerala also following. So southern states always stand first. That's why we are victimized. That's why we are penalized. For everything, we are not taken care of. We are not being ignored. We are being ignored for the way we are performing very well. We have never heard that an outstanding student is punished anywhere, sir. Only in our country. This government is with a stepmotherly attitude and partiality looking into it. Strong public health infrastructure we have. We have got a strong focus on preventive care and community health services. Many PHCs across the country, what the union government should do is, it should focus on those states where the things are getting worse. Whereas we are doing very well. The PHCs are more in number. The community medical center, health centers are more in number. The secondary, tertiary hospitals are providing the best health. We go to the people where they live and give service. So the states are doing their responsibility and performing very well, whereas the union government is not focusing on the states that are not performing well, rather they try to punish us. That's what I say. Whatever is responsible with the union government, you say that first you increase the budget. With that budget allocation, you have to do the needful. But that is not done so. No research. Without research, medical advancement cannot be. You cannot be depending upon other countries for technology development. Sir, I got very important concerns because I think you have to give me a minute or two for more. The health insurance. You have got one scheme, what is that? Pradhan Mantri Ayushman, and the state government has a different, the Chief Minister's health scheme, which gives 5 lakhs to people. That's all different. But the saddest part is the minister should take it into consideration. Excuse me, only the MOs is here, don't disturb them. What is take care? Please, ma'am. When we are talking much about the insurances, the term insurance, health insurance, and life insurance premiums are taxed at a steep 18% GST, the highest. Treating them as luxuries rather than necessities. How sad it is. Health insurance premium is charged at 18% GST. And out-of-pocket expenditure. The middle class people are too rich to get any aid from the government and too poor to spell out from their own pocket. And another thing is toxic air. India has some of the world's highest rates of lung disease. And aging population, the TFR, and it is increasing alarmingly, enormously this side, but in southern states it is under control, the total fertility rate. And very importantly, I would urge the health minister who is here to take into consideration 2 things. One is this insurance premium should not be charged at 18% GST. Another is one paraquat poisoning. It is available very freely. If anyone consumes that, even medical intervention cannot save them. I think the ministers are very much aware of it. Already the European Union, China and UK have banned that. Only India is having that. The poor people who get frustrated in life, who cannot resort to anything when they try to commit suicide, at least to frighten their family or anyone else, they resort to something. So they get the rat poison, which is very easily available, and this paraquat poison, which is very much easily available, and they are not at all able to be rescued. They get worse. They cannot be saved on one hand. They deteriorate in the worst manner that no patient should suffer. And so I urge the ministry to ban this paraquat poisoning and rat poisoning in the concern of the people. The common man, the poor man in this country, whoever is attempting to commit suicide, they are very easy. It's a herbicide. It's a herbicide and very easily available. And this is not just a suggestion from the ruling party side. I am speaking on behalf of the people who are suffering at the hospitals because of committing suicide. And the most important is the aims at Madurai in Tamil Nadu. It was announced in 2018 with a proposed completion by 2022. The project remains in limbo with only excuses and shifting deadlines. Whereas at the same time, some aims have been announced to various other states and all have been completed, all have come to functional. That's why I say, don't look with a partisan eye the states. You have to look all the states as one. I have repeatedly told, we consider that we are a part of India and the union government has to consider the state of Tamil Nadu as a part of India. And so also, healthcare is not a very easy thing. Many are suffering, not able to get a quality access to quality care because of the hospitals. In Tamil Nadu, 50% is government hospitals, 48% is private, whereas in other parts like Uttar Pradesh and all, only 26% are government hospitals. So the government hospitals are not so easy. Anyone who has got an opportunity, please come and see the hospitals, the government hospitals in Tamil Nadu, the best ever. Nobody will go to a private hospital if they enter into the government hospital. So also all the schemes we are implementing Before, prevention is better than cure. That is the policy what we are implementing. Kindly take Tamil Nadu as a cue and implement it across the nation. And I urge the ministry to increase the budget and especially the GST must be reduced. Thank you very much.